So if we move over to skills and knowledge that we so much need in this industry, and for that matter, in any industry, how do you continue to learn and grow in this business in an ever-changing landscape?
So, reading articles, being involved in the news, or things that are happening not only in the world but in our country. Then, obviously, being part of webinars and meetings and trainings, such as what you are doing. We are also fortunate enough to have um, been partnered with law firms that offer additional training. One person that I look up to is Susan Krier. She gives training every single Friday morning at 10 o'clock, come rain, hail, sun, sickness, whatever. She's dedicated and she's committed. And that's something that she does for free. So myself and my staff, it's a compulsory thing for us.
We sign up for any course that looks, appealing. I watch a lot of webinars from people in the United States and in the UK, and then I learn a lot from that. I also, until recently, had a coach as well. So you can't know it all. There's no such thing as knowing it all. So you need to learn from other people.
So we do try and attend the webinars that Susan gives us. I personally have had a lot of training in the past, but obviously everything changes constantly. We are also on certain WhatsApp groups from certain attorneys that give us a daily update of something that's going on in the market. So we keep on top of that. And then I delegate the hard things like in terms of staying compliant with SARS and that sort of thing, and parts of the PPRA that I delegate to an accountant, or we've got Susanna, obviously, who helps us with the PPRA side of things, because it is a lot to keep on top of.
Me, myself, attend two NAR conventions in America. That was the biggest thing to go. But, I did everything what I say. So, yes, I've learned a lot of marketing. Lately, what we do is I make sure that I listen to webinars. I am very lucky to be surrounded with the best in Pretoria. I will say best in the industry. Like Susan Creer's webinars, she keep me on my toes with the fika and everything. That I actually was a little bit not so on top. And then my attorney also gave us some webinars and podcasts and those kind of things.
The best thing that you can do is learn on the job, because every day you learn something new. But when it comes to paper, for example, I make sure to read property related things on the internet, because the internet's a wide range of things. I also do watch webinars. And yeah, that's the way I keep myself up to date.
Are there any specific strategies that help you to rise above, to go from good to great?
Oh, yes. The market has changed so much that I actually saw the change coming, and I started going more digital. So from many years ago, I started collecting my email addresses. I actually paid people to help me canvassing, get email addresses. So yes, I do have a specific plan. How I market on my bulk emails is very important to reach your people.
In terms of strategy, I farm. I have a focus area or focus areas that I farm. I obviously integrate myself within the community and I try and add value. Even just with someone as simple as just doing a viewing. 90% of my business is referral based, and not necessarily from sellers that I've dealt with, but from buyers who've never even bought through me. One specific small little thing that I've done consistently now for the last 5 years is I do a quarterly area report for all of the focus areas that I live in. And I do it religiously every quarter, and then everyone in those focus areas get them.
To get myself to where I was now, it was being myself. I don't change myself around people. I'm honest with my clients and I'm consistent. That's the most important thing, is being consistent.
Specific strategy was focusing on marketing. So that is number one. Really putting myself out there on social media. That was very hard to do. But that takes you to another level, and it gets more eyes onto your listings, gets more eyes onto you as a brand.
So just to be consistent in what you're doing and not to give up. And then also not to just rely on yourself, because you can only do so much as one person. So you've got to leverage the power of other people and use their strengths to help you to, grow your business. I've got an excellent personal assistant. Her name is Lizanne, and she is my right, left. She's all my hands, because she does my diary and all of that for me and keeps me on the straight and narrow so that I can just focus on the things that I need to focus on. And yeah, I think that's the one big game changer that was for me, and that's not trying to do everything yourself.
Is there anything specific that you do differently when you go through a season where the so-called market is down?
So I would say no. Just stick to the basics. For me personally, I know that it might be area based and stuff, but for me now, because it's winter, my spring and summer flies through the roof. I just conclude sales, and as long as I have the stock, there's sales. But in winter is my sit down, refocus, cold call, getting mandates, focusing on stock season, and getting new ideas and fresh stuff for like social media. And
I actually keep everything the same. I don't ever change my strategy. So I keep it the same. I make sure from the get-go I have my marketing plan, and you need to change that according to your area. So I keep it all the same.
If I feel it's a bit slow, and for me, it's a bit slow means I just signed a deal yesterday. I'm already wondering when the next deal is coming. I will immediately pick up the phone. I look what's going on Property 24. Make sure that you're up to date. Drive around in the estates that you work in. See where the sold boards are. And just pick up the phone and make the calls. It's back to basics. That is what we do if the market is slow.
I don't believe there's anything like a bad market. You make it what it is. So there's always people moving around. There's always people that need to sell. They've all got different circumstances. And usually when it's a down market or when sales are slowing down, people pull back on marketing. But that's when we really go in hard and we double down and we do even more of that. And then we reap the rewards from there.
What would be the one factor that you think might differentiate you from other agents who are not doing as well as you do?
so in my opinion, it's actually very simple, is I focus on exclusivity. That is our company mantra. I do not work on open stock or joint mandates whatsoever. There is no ways that, with how the industry has evolved and all the responsibilities that have been put back on us with regards to FICA regulations and the mandatory disclosure forms and a whole bunch of other things like safety and security, that I even entertain the thought of actually taking on a property without having a mandate, or even doing a viewing without some sort of commitment from the seller, which is obviously then in our case a sole and exclusive mandate.
Is there any advice that you would like to give to maybe new property practitioners or older property practitioners that would also like to be as successful as you are? What would you want to say to them?
Get a buddy in the industry. Get a buddy to walk with you, which you can be a little bit accountable to. That you can list with, or you can work, because there many days, because you must be out there looking for your own business. Guys, that's not easy. When you're in a 8 to 5 job, the business, the work is on your desk and you do your work and you go home. Now you must find your work, and that's very daunting. You can easily give up. So get a buddy and then get a small plan. Don't make it too difficult. Maybe 5 points. How much houses you want to list? And if you want to sell, you must get mandates. How many mandates can you take? And then you must plan it. You must actually diarise it. You must say, Wednesday, I'm going to take a sole mandate. Monday, I'm going to. So you must have a routine to get in a certain rhythm. Otherwise, discipline is going out the door, and you will just ending up don't know what to do.
All I can say is find yourself a good mentor. Stick with that mentor. Look what everybody else is doing in the market. Look what the trends are. You don't need to come up with something new to make a success of yourself. See what works and apply the same in your own industry, but in your own sort of way. And don't give up. Don't feel down. You are going to get rejected. Accept that that is part of the business. And just go every day. Just wake up, show up, have your hair done, your makeup done, whatever. Feel, if you look good, you know, you're going to perform well. You know, you're going to feel good. So that's all I can tell you. Just show up every single day. Pick up that phone. Don't be scared to pick up the phone, because that is standing between you and a R500,000 commission.
Never set yourself out to know something that you don't know. Make sure you know what you're talking about when you are talking to your clients. That's the most important thing to do, is to know what you're talking about.
You are fortunate to be, in my opinion, maybe not the most ideal industry or work environment, but it's definitely right there at the top, because it's a good balance between family and work life. You get to organize your diary the way you want it. Everyone always says, well, or mostly say that I don't have time for this or I don't have time for that. But the reality is we have to prioritize what is important, and also say no to things that do not align with you or your business or what your goal is in the future. So yeah, I am very privileged to be able to go and pick up my boys from school some afternoons and spend some time fishing or going and doing this or that, knowing that I still work, because obviously when we work, but when we play, we have to play hard as well.
Again, I come back to a positive mindset. Keep doing the things that work for you. Don't pull back on your marketing. Look after your past clients. Don't forget about your past clients, because they are gold when it comes to giving you referrals. I mean, our clients walk in here all the time and just come in and say hello, which means they haven't forgotten about me, and that's all you want. Focus on one thing, fully explore it, and then if you see that it doesn't work for you, then you can move on. But don't just take a little bite and give up too quickly. Be consistent, and it will work out at the end of the day. Stay positive, look after your people, look after your clients, and it'll all come back to you.
And if you could give us one word that describes your journey as a property practitioner, what would it be?
Roller coaster.
Fun. It was really fun.
Amazing.
Hard.
Remarkable.